I'm here. I'm coming. Hi. Good afternoon. I was busy doing some experiments, as I normally do. I'm working on a range. I'm just going to show you that bit for some of my mirrors. But I had a thought. So I got a message on one of my Instagram business pages, and apparently I had unfollowed someone and she didn't take it too kindly. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't tend to unfollow anybody, especially on my business pages, because I don't really go into that most of the time. I guess Instagram must have done that for me. Thanks, Instagram. So what happened was, she was offended. She's like, I see you haven't followed me, and I've done likewise. I'm like, oh wow, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. I don't unfollow people. But it got me thinking. It got me thinking as to how all of this social media all the social media stuff gives us an illusion of connectivity. I actually don't know this person. Maybe she knows me, but I don't know her. Sorry. And because it's a business page, there's so many people who follow you, so many people that you don't even know why they follow you, but you still appreciate the follows. But this illusion of the fear of letting go of them, because it bugged me the whole day. It bugged me that one person out of 1,900 and something unfollowed me, just one person. And I was like, hang on a minute, I don't own this person. She can do whatever she wants to do. And in the same way, and it just got me thinking about how we are such a fearful people, and most of the things that we see around us kind of encourage that. So I had to take a moment and go for a walk and remember myself, because at the end of the day, there's only so much I can do. There's only so much I can there's only so much I can hold on to. In this case, the truth is, she is free to follow or unfollow me. We're not friends, and like that. It's interesting how sometimes the lines can be so blurred when it comes to social media. And to be honest with you, sometimes I think we have to take a step back and not be afraid to let go, because when you let go of people on social media, you're not necessarily letting go of them as friends. Because I personally don't look at people on social media as my friends. More look at them as voyeurs, or people we have common interests in, or people I meet along the street and nod at. We're not friends. So with that, it kind of got me thinking, as in, do I do the same? Do I look at my friends' profiles and think that is me communicating with them? It got me thinking, as in, who do I actually value that I would want to call and hear their voice and talk to them personally? So I started to do an experiment. I am literally going to be calling most people that I know. If they answer, they answer. If they don't, they don't. Just to say hi. Because sometimes we forget, especially with the lockdown. We have been so, like, literally our survival, what would you call, our survival trigger has been heightened. Hence the disappearance of the tissues. Hence everybody trying to shop for as much as they want, because that survival instinct was triggered by the thing. And we were forced into, people were thinking they're going to be hibernating for so long, and the fear was heightened. So it set them into a phase of, I'm going to have to survive this. So to survive this, I'm going to get a lot of tissue. Don't know why. And a lot of food. and I'm literally just gonna keep the supplies for myself so that my family can be fed. So that's like a survival instinct. Whereas really, and that's kind of continued. So this whole thing about fear is like, it's like there's a certain hormone that is released, like adrenaline, that causes adrenaline to be released into your body. And adrenaline should never stay too long in your body, which is why we are so fatigued, we're so tired, and we've been encouraged to move about. But because the fear is the underlying issue at the moment, there's so much stress as well going on. And then stress also causes some other malfunctions in us, and that means we're kind of always living in a heightened sense of stress, and we forget to literally rest, which I think at the moment, unfortunately, because we can't go out and socialize as much as we could, I think it's more than important to fix family issues right now, to be as close as possible with families. I unfortunately don't have the access to immediate family here. That's all right. I'm used to it. Been living this kind of life for 20 years. I'm not saying that it's good, but honestly, the fear of letting go has got us all clinging onto things we do not need. It's sad. But honestly, it is just a fear. It's an illusion. We need to be able to let go of things. We need to be able to allow people to move on. We need to be able to have closure without confirmed closure, without having to confirm from other people. We need to be decisive in ourselves what steps and what visions and what directions we want to go, so that we're not so dependent on, I will do this if this happens. And again, like recently, I have had to let go of a friendship because it was not necessarily serving the purpose, I feel, for me anyway. And it's hard to let go. And my first experience of having to let go mutually and actually have a discussion of that was yesterday, when I spoke to my coach, and she's like, it's time for you to fly. I was sad because she just fired me from a job I didn't have. But at the same time, she knew that it was time for me to spread my wings and fly out. Like when an eagle sees that it's time for its little chicks to step out of the nest and fly out, it literally pushes them off. Certain birds do that as well. Like they leave them to fly on their own, because there comes a time when we all have to be confident in ourselves to fly on our own. And like I always say, even if you fear it, just do it. Just do it. You never know what's on the other side, because God is waiting to catch you, and He always will. There's always something waiting to support you. Your purpose requires you to step out, and you can't step out in faith when you're still clinging on to fear. That is it. I just thought I'd have a little chat about, because I haven't really done a long video for YouTube in a while, and I've got my good camera back, so I can do that now. I'll catch you on the other side. And listen, let's do this being unique thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's find our purpose, because now is the time. It is. Okay. Bye. I'm just going to go and finish this off somewhere else.